Hey Scruffy, how you doing? So I think I heard a very faint meow when he was facing the other direction. So I haven't seen you all day. So okay, there's a audible meow. Oh no, there's another one. Wow. So you're trying to beat the heat? A hot day, and you're gonna get a lot worse. So you got to eat extra last night because you vomited and then you ate it after I gave you extra food because I didn't think you were gonna eat after vomiting. So you ended up eating the extra food and then eating the vomit on top of it. So I'm not sure if you're going to be hungry tonight. But I got your meaty pate with real chicken and tuna and kibble. So you seem to like it since you ate your vomit. So I guess I'll bring it out. So open the door. Okay. Slowly stepping out. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on the table, okay? There's that hiss. Let's see you show up here because you want food. Don't have to be pissy about it. Okay, so he moved before I had a chance to change the water. Okay, I'm going to change the water, okay? So I need to switch hands because you're on the other side now. And you actually didn't drink that much water considering how hot it was. So I need to switch hands again. Okay, so I'm going to sit in the chair now. And I'm going to grab the glove. And meowing. Okay. Oops. Not sure what happened there. Did you fall over or you backing away because you didn't like something? So, the weather got hotter today. So we're kind of, I'm not sure if this is day 1 or day 2 of the heat wave, but yeah, the next 3 days are going to be really bad. So we're possibly going to see triple-digit temperatures. So today was nice compared to what's coming. And why your fur's like falling off there. It's a big chunk of fur on the bottom there. So, yeah, I'm continuing to struggle with my depression from the past several days. Today was not quite as bad, but still not great. But I actually did get some sleep last night, though I kind of expected to get a full night's sleep since I was completely unable to sleep at all the previous night. Instead, I ended up waking up halfway through the night, and it took me a while to get back to sleep. And then I did get up kind of early, not terribly early, but kind of early. So maybe I got enough hours to qualify as a full night's sleep. It's certainly not being made up for the previous night, which I got 0 sleep. So the day, yeah, got increasingly uncomfortable as the day progressed because of the heat. Though we actually had some high atmospheric clouds today, so we haven't been getting many clouds at all for the past several weeks. So because of the clouds, it actually reduced the UV index by about 1 or 2 points. They're kind of the high atmospheric thin clouds, so they don't completely block out the sun, but they at least reduce a little bit of the intensity. So by late afternoon, I decided I was going to go for a bike ride because the next 3 days I don't think it's going to be possible. It's going to be too hot. But even today was kind of hot, so I was really debating it, but I figured it was my last chance. And the house was actually getting uncomfortably hot in the afternoon, and it seemed like if I was going to be miserable, I'd be slightly less miserable on the bicycle because at least I'd be generating some breeze and getting some exercise and maybe distracting myself from my problems, and I don't know, physically maybe physical activity might help my depression. So I went out, and yeah, it was hot. So it was nice that, yeah, at least the UV index was a little bit lower, though I ended up still going pretty late in the day, so it probably didn't actually matter much. I think I actually ended up going later than I had thought. I think I ended up dilly-dallying here a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I actually didn't get onto the road until later, so the UV index was even lower. But I ended up doing the exposed mountainside number 1 tough hill climb, because I figured it's my last chance. Though it was so hot that I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. But I figured, well, so I at least don't have to deal with this huge intensity of the sun today, so maybe it won't be as bad. But no, it was pretty bad. So I was dripping sweat because, yeah, the ambient temperature is just too hot. But what made it worse was the park just plowed the fire trails on that exposed mountainside, which is a good thing. But the process leaves a whole bunch of loose dirt, extra dirt on the trails, so the trails are very hard to bike on, basically, because your tires get stuck in the dirt and you get no traction. And because the mountain is so steep, there are a lot of parts where you just completely lose traction because you don't have enough force of gravity to keep your tire generating enough friction on the ground to get going. So there were a whole bunch of parts where I lost traction completely, and I basically where I kind of fell off and had to push my bike up the hill. So that wasn't pleasant. I probably should have turned around, but I kept going, and then I realized coming down, I actually had a bigger problem because the hill is so steep, it's actually kind of dangerous to try to navigate it if you don't have any traction. So it's being very cautious, but yeah, there are a couple places where actually they're kind of scary because you have 2 traction problems. So one, the tires could slide and you could just completely fall over and slide off the cliff or something like that. And the other problem is the brakes. My brakes in particular are not very good, and when you hit the brakes on loose dirt, your brakes might actually not do anything because your tires are sliding on the dirt, which can make the problem even worse. So, but I'm glad I got down safely and alive. And then after that, I stuck to the paved trails. No more of that. Okay, Scruffy, ready for some food? Yep, you're ready. Try not to throw up tonight, okay? And I'm going to grab the brush. And it's a big, giant piece of fur. It's almost off. Seems like if I could... Yeah, it's not... I don't want to hurt him. Yeah, I was hoping maybe I could just slightly tug on it and come off, but yeah, it's a little harder than that. Okay, I'm going to switch brushes. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. So I'm not very nimble with the glove. So I'm going to try the fur one more time. No, it's not ready to come off yet. So if I had a pair of scissors, but scissors freak him out. And he threw up the time I brought out the scissors, even though I didn't use them. Just seeing them freaked him out. Okay, I'm done. So we'll try the fur tomorrow, if you don't shed it. So I didn't see Scruffy at all today until dinner time. And he was a little bit early to dinner, so I did get a little bit of footage of him grooming at the door, waiting for me. So I got back kind of late from my bike ride, and so I saw him at the window. I'm like, okay, it's going to take me a little bit to get all the stuff prepared, so I got to do his dinner, my dinner, and the ice rotation. And I'm going to probably need a lot of ice for the next week because of the heat wave. So yeah, he was grooming at the door, and I saw the loose fur next to him, and I couldn't tell it was his fur. I just kind of assumed it was, but when I was looking at it, I was like, wait, is that a dead animal next to him that he brought as a gift or something? And so I was staring at it, and that was just his fur falling off. But I was kind of wondering, because yeah, it was a big clump of fur. It's like, is that like a rat or something that he caught? So then I thought about it. It's like, well, why would he bring the rat here for dinner? Eat the rat wherever and skip dinner, because generally he doesn't seem to like me. So he only comes for the food. Because he's terrified of me every other time. So as you saw last night, even when I came back with more food after thrown up, yeah, it took him a while to come back, because when I was coming out with more kibble, he ran away. So otherwise, yeah, good chance we're going to hit triple digits. At least not, like on the second day is most likely it's going to exceed, yeah, it's going to go way into the triple digits, and it's like it looks like it's a coin toss whether the day before and the day after that are going to be triple digits or just slightly below that. It's going to be bad though. And then the following days are still going to be hot though. I think it's going to start gradually getting a bit cooler and we'll be past the triple digit phase. But yeah, it's going to be a miserable week. So I'm assuming because, yeah, Scruffy wasn't around all day, he was trying to beat the heat somewhere. Not sure where he goes. Probably the most obvious place to be hiding under the deck. Just figure that might be cool, or cooler. So we didn't drink that much water compared to yesterday, so. But you know, tomorrow is when it starts getting really bad, so we'll see how that changes. So it's actually still pretty warm right now, so I'm actually sweating. So I'm actually hoping he finishes soon so I can go in. So yeah, I think I'm still kind of tired from the lack of sleep, so I think I might try taking a sleeping pill tonight. I didn't take one last night because I didn't think I'd need it, but probably could have benefited from it because I didn't sleep that well. And since I woke up in the middle of the night. So I did do the watering of the garden last night after he finished dinner. So he immediately ran away as I was dealing with the hoses. But then, yeah, in the middle of the watering, he came back a couple times on the deck and he was kind of walking back and forth, trying to get to the opposite side of me. So I think he's trying to avoid me. But yeah, so I gave all the plants good watering, so I hope they can tolerate the week ahead. So on top of everything, I think, yeah, we're actually in drought conditions, so I know there are also restrictions coming on water, so I also have to monitor my water usage. So fortunately, I don't use that much water, so hopefully, and most of my plants are acclimated to drought conditions, so they don't generally need a lot of water. But yeah, I'm trying to save the weak plants that look like they're dying. So yeah, I think we've been in drought conditions for a while, so they're probably losing the fight over the past several years. Okay, so now he's drinking a lot of water. So yeah, it could be he just didn't come around because he was hanging out elsewhere today. Yeah, it's another dreadlock under his body. So he's grooming himself here tonight. Figures, because I want to go in. So I'll let him groom. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to exercise with the heat wave. So I think 2 days from now I'm scheduled to do intervals. Not sure if or how I'm going to do them. Thinking, so that will be the hottest day of the heat wave. Figures, right? So I figure if I go late enough, since the intervals are my shortest of the runs, I don't have to worry about going later because I don't need to be out as long, and so I don't need as much sunlight. And so I have a chance where I can try to go, hopefully when it's starting to cool down. Plus, because it's a shorter run, maybe the heat won't affect me as much. So I think I might try it, but I guess I'll play it by ear. I could wait an extra day. Not that I think it will matter that much, because I think all 3 days are threatening triple digits, though I think the last day is less likely than the second day. So I'll just be very close to triple digit temperatures. I don't know if I can tell the difference at that point. Reminds me of a couple years ago. We had another heat wave. It turned out to be a record breaker for at least my area. Forgot how hot it got. But yeah, I know it was past 110, so it was ridiculously hot. And some close family friends wanted to take my dad and I out to dinner, and so they knew of a good restaurant that I thought we'd like. That was across town, and so they carpooled with us, or well, with them. So they took us to the restaurant, and it's actually quite a drive, pretty far drive. I didn't realize they'd were gonna go so far out of the way to find a restaurant for us. They were being really nice. It was really nice of them. Yeah, it was in the middle of that heat wave, and so I was kind of worried about the car, just overheating because it was so hot. And we get to the restaurant, and it's a very small restaurant, and they don't even have air conditioning. And so, wow, that was very uncomfortable. And I was really concerned about my dad because, this is the beginning of his deterioration with cancer, or like serious deterioration with cancer. So, but yeah, it was really good food. So, and it was a memorable day. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was hot that day. So I don't know if Scruffy's just gonna hang out there, half exposed. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.